While I was writing this lesson, I was thinking about the early days of my teaching career in Sendai, Japan. While living there, I had the chance to visit a lot of interesting places. While it was different from my life back home in New York, living there was quite an adventure. While. Let's discuss.
Welcome to another Happy English podcast coming to you from New York City. And here's your English teacher, Michael.
All right, thank you, John, and thanks, everyone. It's Michael here from Happy English, and I help people speak English better. This is Happy English Podcast, episode 752. 6 ways to use while. While is an interesting word in English because it can be used as a noun, a conjunction, and an adverb. While you may think you know many of these uses, hopefully there is something new you can find in this podcast English lesson. First of all, we use while to mean during the time that something happens. You can use while followed by a subject and verb or while followed by a gerund. For example, I didn't hear the phone while I was in the shower, or I didn't hear the phone while showering. There's no difference in meaning between these two uses of while. I can say, we don't watch TV while we are eating dinner, or we don't watch TV while eating. Here are some other examples. Melissa found a wallet while she was walking in the park. Grandpa fell asleep while watching TV. By the way, we also use as or when to mean during the time that something happens. You can say, Melissa found a wallet as she was walking in the park, or Melissa found a wallet when she was walking in the park. We also use while to talk about two actions that are happening at the same time. We use while and a progressive verb to introduce the longer action which is happening when something else happens. Janice turned on the TV while she was cooking dinner. The longer action is cooking dinner, and during that time, she turned on the TV. Here are some other examples. The two women chatted while waiting for the bus. While I was studying, I got a text message from my friend Richie. It's also possible to use while followed by some adjectives or noun phrases. For example, the baby was smiling while asleep. This is grammatically possible because the subject and the be verb are removed, making for a shortened, conversational way of saying, the baby was smiling while he was asleep. Here are some other examples of this usage of while. The boss continued working while sick. Tom made a few bad decisions while drunk last night. While in Japan, I managed to visit a number of World Heritage spots. While the company's CEO, Steve Jobs, helped Apple grow. Next, we use while to mean although when we contrast two different ideas or actions. For example, while I enjoy action movies, my sister prefers comedies. While the restaurant was expensive, the food was delicious. Jimmy likes hiking, while his sister Karen prefers staying indoors. And finally, we use while as a noun when we refer to a period of time or a temporary situation. Here are some examples. Hey, it's been a while since I last saw you. It took a while for Annie to recover from the flu. Let's rest here for a while before continuing our hike. Keep in mind, the best way to remember this and any other word or phrase in English is to practice by taking that word or phrase, write it in a sentence that's true for you or true in your world, and then memorize your sentences. And check this out. Did you know that you can get the chance to practice this kind of English with me directly? You can get more practice using your English when you join my Podcast Learners Study Group. There, you can make new friends, join us for live group lessons every week where we practice these podcast lessons together. Plus, you get access to the PDF transcript and audio download for every Happy English podcast in the past and in the future. And on top of that, each episode has exercises where you can practice this English point with speaking and writing checked by me. To learn more, just visit myhappyenglish.com and choose Podcast Lesson 752. Remember, learning another language is not easy, but it's not impossible, and I'm here to help you on your journey.
This podcast was brought to you by Happy English. Please visit myhappyenglish.com. Show your support for Happy English by leaving us a review. Get English, get happy, Happy English.